Well, dance can oftentimes communicate better than words. That's exactly the intention with a performance hosted by the Yerba Buena Center for the Arts. Choreographer Dohee Lee has made it a mission to showcase ancestral traditions with Mu Connector, When the Land Stands Alone. Not only does she tell a story with her dance, but she also reflects on the systemic oppression in the United States. And we're joined now by performance artist and choreographer behind it all, Dohee Lee. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Good to be here, yes.
So this is described as a multi-part ritual theater experience and a Korean shamanistic performance. Can you explain to us what that means and what we would see at this performance?
So this performance we're going to do in June 23rd and 24th. But what I want to say here is I'm from Jeju Island in Korea, and their tradition and their practice is very deeply rooted in the shamanic, the ritual. So I'm bringing very particular part as a ritual for sickness. So I've been working with the community members that how we can bring those elements in to really heal our struggles, the sickness that is deeply connect with this oppressed system. So I'm using both sides of the very contemporary way and also very traditional way, as you can see. So this both the quality of the element that I'm using for this coming performance.
Yeah, so I know you came to Oakland right in 1998, and this is...
Oh, actually 2002.
2002, sorry.
Yes.
And this is a new art form. Can you tell me what you were trying to do, when you looked at that, the traditions from where you came from versus when you get here, and how you want the audiences to kind of take it all in?
I would really like people to take in, really, it's not about just the art form. I want people to understand why we use the art, and what are the stories that has not been able to told. We're using not using it actually bring back those our ancestor their stories through our body, which is the using this art creativity to really telling the stories that untold, and also the traumas that they're holding that is in our DNA, in our DNA, that how we also suffer from that, and then how we can doing this practice that we can heal ourselves, and through that maybe our ancestors can heal as well. And also doing that in this land is so important because this is the land that's so complex. All our Asian community that I'm working with is we have a different histories that we relate to this country's history. So I want people to come and see, to think about their ancestral land and ancestral culture, their history, and also the history of this land. So I want people to take that deeply.
Yeah, just in looking at the video and the pictures and the beautiful, outfits that you wear, I know that it involves drumming and music and dance. It sounds to me like it can be a very emotional experience to sit through this performance, emotional for you as well as the audience.
Yeah, it's really emotional because, imagine that how many years that we cannot even count, that years that our ancestor has to go through, that they couldn't have a way to express their own experience. So it is very emotional, and really telling those stories are very emotional. And that's why we took a very long process to really able to tell these stories, because it's really, about the process. Ritual is all about the process. It's not just happening at once. We've been doing this, some people back to really 8 years before, and some people 2 years, 3 years. We have various years, but you can see how many years that we take this process of doing preparing this ritual.
Yeah, well, it was such an amazing work, and certainly a labor of love and passion, and really giving of yourself. I know when performers do that, they give so much of themselves into that performance. We appreciate you so much joining us. We have to leave it there, but best of luck on this event at the Yerba Buena Center for the Arts. Dohee Lee, thank you.
Thank you.